Hello everyone from Safra Square. We're almost at Sukkot. Sukkot starts tomorrow, and here is the Sukkah of the mayor of Jerusalem. Take a look how nice and big and decorated this Sukkah is. Take a quick look inside. They're still just decorating. See, they're decorating here. It's going to be a very nice sukkah very soon. So in this video, I actually want to walk with you from Safra Square to the Western Wall, and let's see what else we can see as Jerusalem is preparing for the holiday, of Sukkot. We'll also try to talk to different people if we'll have the chance. This is Safra Square, basically the town's hall. And now we're heading to the old city. This area was built in the 1990s, late 90s. Here, take a look at the entry. This is Jerusalem's town hall. So we have the flag of Israel on the left, and this is the flag of Jerusalem with the lion of Judah, and all kinds of old pictures versus new pictures on the sukkah all around. Very, very cute. Okay, so let's see, where is the old city? If you didn't watch my other video on Jerusalem preparing for Sukkot in the ultra-Orthodox neighborhoods, be sure to check that one. And I also invite you to subscribe to my channel so you'll enjoy all kinds of very interesting content of my tours here in Jerusalem and other places, and also all kinds of interesting short videos. Some of it is about my tours and different places. Others are about geopolitics and religion and scriptures. So you can enjoy my content. So be sure to subscribe to this channel, and I'm in all social medias. So whatever is your favorite one. Okay, get ready for the old city. Nice lion. And here are the walls of the old city. We are near the Christian Quarter, actually, and I'm going to cross Jaffa Street right now. This is Jaffa Street, not too busy. You see the light rail over here? Wait a second. This is the old town hall in the days of the British Mandate, just in front of us. This is the train, the light rail. name of the light rail. You can see there's a lion on the light rail too, this blue thing. It's called kfir, which means the young lion. The light rail and the yellow ribbons for the hostages. Okay, here we are. We have an I Love Jerusalem sign.
I wouldn't be able to tell. Exactly.
We're heading now to the Old City. If you've never been to the Old City, I'll just say that it's not a very big place, 1 square kilometer. It's divided to 4 quarters. The bigger one is the Muslim quarter, and we have the Christian quarter, which is right on my left hand actually. Just behind this wall, that's the Christian quarter. And we have a small Armenian quarter, which is actually a mix. We have other denominations there too, like Protestants and Maronites and Syriacs and others. And we have the Jewish quarter, which I'm going to focus on a little more. And then we'll end at the Western Wall. So the plan is to enter through Jaffa Gate, which we can already see. Jaffa Gate is just at the end of this street. And then we'll enter the Jewish quarter. We'll see the Sukkot and how they prepare the Jewish quarter for Chol HaMoed. Chol HaMoed is the days, the 7 days of Sukkot, basically. So tomorrow is the first day of the holiday, and then we have 6 other days where you can. Usually, people take a break; they don't work, go on vacations. Hasidic music. Yeah, many Israelis will just take the week off and enjoy with family. There's no school, so it's very practical to do it. Some people holiday abroad, some holiday here in Israel. That's how it goes. Okay, you can also see the Tower of David, which is this building over here. And you can see Mount Zion, which is hiding like here, the big church over there, just over there, the Dormition Church. We won't get to these areas, but still we can see it from here. So beside of the 4 quarters, we also have a very big Temple Mount, which is probably 15% of the old city. But, it's just a massive prayer plaza, basically. So this is how the old city looks like. Yeah, 4 quarters and the Temple Mount, and there are all kinds of other areas near it, which are also very, very holy, making it the holiest city for the Abrahamic faiths, basically, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. And places like the Mount of Olives, Mount Zion, City of David. That's pretty much it. Cool. So this is Jaffa Gate. see some Arabic inscriptions. Clearly the walls are from the days of the Ottomans. Okay, it's 500 years old walls. We have older foundations, but most of the walls that we see here are from the days of the Ottomans. You can see another Arabic inscription just above the above the gate. There's some music here, which is very nice. So as she's playing, I'll just show you what's going on here on the gates. This is 1 year to October 7 and the war that broke. And you'll see there are a lot of stickers commemorating the victims of October 7th and other soldiers, fallen soldiers. This side too.
It's called Saito.
This guy over here is from my neighborhood, Roy Dowie. Very interesting to have these stickers right on the gates. With that, let's enter in. With Hallelujah. Christian Quarter is here on our left. These are the different souvenirs here in the old city. Magnets and shawls and hats and toys. Okay. This is the Tower of David. They just recently finished renovating the museum. Maybe like a year ago they reopened it. And in the museum you can learn all about the history of Jerusalem, and it's really, really nicely done. The renovation is really amazing. So world class, really. Like if you'll enjoy, if you want to learn about the history of Jerusalem in a nice, comprehensive way, in a beautiful, old construction, old building, basically. It's just perfect, you know. It's just the exact, like, that's the place to go to. Very well done. So this is it. That's the exit actually now from the Tower of David over here. Let me just go back a little bit so you'll be able to see it. Yeah. This is the exit from the museum now. It used to be the entryway, now it's the exit. See the Ottoman style gates. And they have beautiful exhibits and all kinds of new technology in it. So really worthwhile. In the past I wouldn't say it this way, but now the museum is really well done. So that's the Tower of David area and Jaffa Gate. And now we're basically entering the Armenian Quarter for just a few minutes. I'll just zip through as I want to focus on the Jewish Quarter today. I have many other videos if you want to learn about the Armenians and all that. I have other videos on my channel, dedicated few short videos to the Armenian Quarter. So you can check that out. Here you can see the Armenian flag right over here. In the heart of the Armenian Quarter, it's the St. James Cathedral, and they have the Patriarchate and a new museum. You can learn all about that on my other short videos. Okay, so we're taking a left turn over here at St. James Street. Still in the Armenian Quarter, not for too long. Look at these beautiful clean streets and alleyways. Okay, and that's it. We are already in the Jewish Quarter. So there are a few Armenian neighbors here and there, but from here on, it's pretty much the Jewish area. Different yeshivas and synagogues and museums. And here's our first sukkah right over here. Very good. See this little building over here with fabric walls and bamboo top. We have the Roman street, the Cardo, just over here. And all these flags and banners to welcome the Jewish pilgrimage. Jewish pilgrims that will come here for the holidays from Israel and overseas. It says Moadim LaMishpacha. Usually we say Moadim LaSimcha, which means the holidays is for joy. But they played on it and they say Moadim LaMishpacha, meaning the holidays for the family. Okay, so here is the Roman Cardo, the ancient Roman street here. It's about 1500 years old, this one. excavated in the 1960s and 70s after the Six-Day War. Let's go now to the main square of the Jewish quarter and see what we have. You know what? Take a look from this angle at the Horva synagogue. We'll see it from a few other angles. This is a nice one too.
I should be.
Okay, this is the heart of the Jewish quarter. As you can see, they're still preparing the Sukkot, and all the contractors are here to supervise. Okay, but it will be ready for tomorrow. And over here you can see one sukkah for the visitors that they can eat and drink in the sukkah, just over here. Not fully built yet, but it's on their way. This one is ready. It belongs to the pizza place that is right over here. Let's take a look. So one feature of the holiday is that we must eat, drink, and sleep in the Sukkot for 7 days, as if this is our actual apartment, our actual place where we live. So over here you can see the Sukkah with the Horva synagogue. This is a synagogue, although you see the dome and all that, it's actually a synagogue. Next to it there is an actual mosque, a very old one, probably 500 years old. It's not really working, but Muslims every now and then visit it. I saw them entering every now and then, so it's open every now and then, but you don't hear the call for prayer specifically from here, you hear it from other mosques. So here we are. This is the synagogue from another angle. Let's take a look from here. You see the kids holding the lulav and the 4 species. If you want to learn more about the 4 species, check out my video about it, about the 4 species market and the ultra-Orthodox neighborhoods in Jerusalem. And here we are. So Sukkot is one of the 4 high holidays, Passover, then we have Shavuot and Sukkot. Passover, I assume you all know. Shavuot is, let's call it the Jewish Pentecost. It's 7 weeks after Passover. We also call it the holiday of receiving the Torah, basically, in Mount Sinai, because according to the Hebrew Bible, 7 weeks after the Exodus, the children of Israel were at the bottom of Mount Sinai, starting the process of receiving the Torah. And then we have the 3rd high holiday, which is Sukkot, which is also known as the Chag. Chag, it's the same word like Hajj, okay? Hajj in Arabic, you probably know the Hajj of the Muslims in Mecca. Chag in Hebrew, or Hag, as the way we're supposed to say it, Hag. Hag and Hajj are really the same thing. It's in Semitic languages means doesn't mean really a holiday. It means to walk in circles, and you probably know the image of the Muslims in Mecca walking in circles around the Kaaba. The same thing is going on, or was going on, in the days of the temple. The children of Israel were walking around the altar of the temple 7 times, and today we don't have the temple, but we do walk around the stage of the counter, the stage of the leader of the prayer in every Jewish synagogue. We walk in circles 7 times, so that's exactly where the word Hag or Hajj, this is where it's coming. It's really the same word. These Semitic, they're twin languages, Arabic and Hebrew, so this is where it's coming from. That's why you see all the images over here on the sukkah of the temple and the priesthood. You can see it over here. the temple in Jerusalem. This is always here, the replica of the golden menorah. And you can see over here the priests, the Jewish priests, the Kohens, or Kohanim in plural, with the Ark of the Covenant. That's how they depict the Ark of the Covenant based on all the descriptions in the Torah itself, and the rabbinic tradition as well. Okay, so the Sukkah, I must say, is not ready. Let's just take a quick look. It's not ready. It's gonna have air conditioning, which is nice, but as you can see, it's not ready, and tomorrow is already the holiday. Chol HaMoed is coming. The 7 days of the holiday are coming starting from tomorrow. No roof yet. Well, you'll have to get going. It will be a very beautiful Sukkah, I'm sure. So I just want to show you how the city is preparing for the holiday. I was ready mentally. I was ready mentally that not everything will be in place, let's say. But let's see. Maybe if I can throw another video, drop another video when everything is ready next week. Maybe I'll make it. We'll see. Here's the sukkah of this coffee shop over here. This one is ready. So the roof. It's supposed to have a certain amount of walls, and that's how it looks like. Just to be honest, the sukkah doesn't have to be very big. Sukkah can be very, very small. Like even, what is that, 1 square meter or so is enough for a sukkah. It doesn't even have to be that high. Yeah, so this is another kosher sukkah for the shawarma place over here. When you are coming to the old city, be sure to visit Off the Wall, which is a great place for snacks, and ice cream, and liquors, refreshments. Really delicious. They have halvas, they have spices. Really cool place. So be sure to visit. They have all kinds of other souvenir places. And ice cream and other snacks. We saw pizza earlier, shawarma, of course. It's all here. Some shawarma. I'm getting some salads. Cool. More ice cream. More burgers. Nothing too fancy. It's all pretty much street food, they call it. Only Bagel have sandwiches. More spices and snacks. Turkish delights. Pretty cool decorations for the sukkah. See? So people who want to have a nice fancy sukkah can definitely have that. One with the Star of David, another one with Hamsa, the flag of Israel. Over here you can see even Rabbi Cook, very famous rabbi here. And hearts and trees and this and that. Nice. This is decorations for Sukkot. You don't usually see that. You can see that the city is pretty empty, but it's fine. Starting from, let's say, Friday, and then next week, the city will be very busy, I'm sure. Now, as we go down, you can see the Al-Aqsa Mosque just in front of us here, and you can also see the Mount of Olives just behind it. And on the left, you can see a nice sukkah on this balcony over here, overlooking the Temple Mount. It's really, really nice. Okay. Let's walk downstairs. Today it's still a work day, school day, the last one before Sukkot, so I'm not surprised that it's not very busy. Because of the war, we don't have too many tourists right now. Although, I mean, Jewish tourists will come spend the holidays, but in general, there are not as many tourists. But next week, we'll see the Jewish pilgrimage of Israelis and non-Israelis visiting the old city. Okay, ready? We'll see the Temple Mount and the Golden Dome. So the whole idea in this holiday of Sukkot in relation to Jerusalem and the places where we are is that this is one of the high holidays, as I said. It's the Jews are obligated historically to visit Jerusalem and the temple 3 times a year, at least the males, the men. The women are not obligated, but of course it's encouraged. So the pilgrimage was not really to the Western Wall. Here's the Western Wall right over here. Is the prayer plaza, which is very busy during the high holidays. The pilgrimage itself was to the Temple Mount. Today, if you are non-Muslim, you can go up to the Temple Mount via this bridge over here, the Mughrabi Bridge, the Moroccan bridge, and visit the Temple Mount. So that's how historically it went. Jews from all over the world were visiting the temple in Jerusalem during the high holidays with their 4 species and with their gifts and offerings and charity to the temple, and they were spending the week here in the week of Sukkot, basically here in Jerusalem, and it was a very joyful time. There are a lot of celebrations that were taking place during the days of the temple. So one was the daily sacrifice. So on normal days there are 2 lambs that are being slain on the altar in the morning and the evening, but in addition, in the holidays, in the Sukkot holiday, there were 7 bulls with many other rams and sheep and goats, but the idea of sorry, not 7, but 70 bulls throughout the holiday. And this sacrifice was dedicated to the nations of the world, because the whole purpose of Jerusalem is to be the spiritual capital of all mankind, and not just the Jews, of course. So 70 bulls were sacrificed for the sake of the 70 nations, for their wealth and health and prosperity. And let me just see if I can pull it off. Let me just see. Maybe we can do it like this. Okay. Yep. Managed to do it. Okay, good. So 70 bulls for the sake of the 70 nations, for the wealth and health and prosperity. And the last day of Sukkot, there was also the Simchat Bet HaShoeva, the joy of the should I translate it? Simchat Bet HaShoeva will be translated to something like the joy or the celebration for the drawing the water. Okay, which water? The water of the Siloam pool. The Siloam pool is in the southern part of the old city. Okay, so from here historically there was a street taking us outside the Ottoman walls today, and where the city of David now, which we cannot see right now, And over there was a very big pool of fresh spring water. The Gihon Spring was channeled. The water of the Gihon Spring were channeled there, and from the Siloam pool, the priesthood would take about 5 liters, let's say a little over a gallon of water from there, and drag it half a mile all the way to the temple in a beautiful vessel made of gold, and took it up all the way to the temple itself and poured it on the altar, so that we will have a blessed rainy season here in Israel, but not only for Israel, also it will be rainy for all the nations that came to visit Jerusalem that year. Meaning, there is a prophecy that in the future, according to Zechariah 14, all the nations of the world will gather and celebrate Sukkot with the children of Israel here in Jerusalem. And if a nation decides not to visit Jerusalem, then they won't enjoy rain during that season. They will have drought in the next year. So the blessing, both the material and the spiritual blessing, is coming from Jerusalem. That's again in the prophecy of Zechariah 14. Basically, Sukkot is the international celebration of monotheism for all mankind. Okay, so what we see, you know what, I'll just say a word maybe about what we see over here. This is of course a part of the Western Wall. We have all these antiquities over here. Let me just focus on a few of them. The shops that you see over here, okay, all these doorways that you see, these are shops that were here in the days of the Second Temple, meaning 2,000 years ago, in the days of, if you're a Christian, in the days of the New Testament and Jesus. If you're Jewish, then the days of the Tanaim, the days of the important rabbis of the Mishnah, the important book of the Jewish law, basically. And there was a shopping mall, let's call it, over here, and a street. And this street, as I said, the street that we have over here goes half a mile this way to the Siloam pool. So this is not like a side thing. This is a very serious street. It's the Pilgrim's Road, basically. So if you immerse yourself and purify yourself in the Siloam pool, you basically take the same street all the way up here. And from here, you would take all kinds of you can enter the temple through all different gates. One of the gates used to be located here, okay, just above this strange bump in the wall. This is a part of an arch. We call it Robinson Arch. Historically, there was a archaeologist called Robinson that realized it, and that this is a part of an arch. And you can actually go through that, let's call it a staircase, and beautiful gate. The gate used to be here. You could enter the Temple Mount Plaza and to the temple itself. Now, this is how these are remains from the days of the glory of Jerusalem, but just next to it, you can also see remains of the destruction of Jerusalem. So what you see here are Western Wall stones that were knocked down by the Roman legionnaires back in 70 CE or 70 AD. And that's when the temple in Jerusalem was destroyed by the Roman Empire. So since then we don't have a temple, and that's why Jews basically are praying in synagogues, and the Western Wall is essentially an open air synagogue, we can say, an Orthodox open air synagogue. For the visitors to enjoy. Jews and non-Jews alike are welcome to visit. Just go through security for a second.
היא באה לראות אם אפשר לעצבן אותך עוד. מה זה אומר? הם יעשו.
That's it.
אני אומר לך, הם קלטו אותך, והם משקרו אותך יום יום.
Okay. So guys, let's see if there's someone willing to talk to us. What do you think? Can make it happen? סליחה? רוצים להתראיין?
תודה רבה.
So it happened that there's a group from the army over here. This is the women's section next to the men's section. Jews, basically kind of like Muslims, we pray separately for reasons of modesty. I assume this is just a group tour, not the army has constantly has tours to Jerusalem and other places to make the soldiers more familiar with the history and culture and religion of this place. By the way, not just the Jewish one. People visiting the Temple Mount and different churches as well. I've seen army groups with uniforms visiting it. Okay, so here we are. That's the western wall. We can see the sukkah, the main sukkah of the western wall right over here. Still some construction going on over there, preparing it for the holiday, so probably decorating and yeah. It says over there, Chag Sameach. Chag Sameach, happy holidays, yeah? Happy holiday. Okay, and let's pay a quick visit.
As in other.
אפשר לראיין אותך באנגלית?
שנייה אחת, אני
So,
זה קלטי גם בעבודה. מה אתה עושה היום?
so I'm going to write a little note for the western wall.
אז היית תקופה קצרה, אז רק בחגים.
שבועיים.
מה אתה עושה בכלל בחגים?
עכשיו בישיבה, מילואים, בשעלבים. בין ישיבה למילואים, אתה יודע. חודשיים בישיבה.
יפה, מי עכשיו היה לי ש...
עכשיו אנחנו במילואים.
עכשיו אני יודע ש...
בני בשעלבים.
פגשתי אותו, כן, פגשתי אותו, זהו, כי נתנאל מתחתן בדיוק בחשוון. כי אח שלו היה פה שלשום עם חתן.
עם עוד חתן?
ברכה הבא.
אופנהיימר? אופנהיימר מתחתן, מכיר את אופנהיימר?
מכיר את הבן מהמסורת העצמות 18.
כן, מאורות התורה פשוט לא עושים.
כן.
אז הבן שלו גם מתחתן.
בן שלו
Okay.
ידידיה.
A little note.
כן, תביא.
Usually we fold it just like this,
הוא מתחתן?
and I'll put it in the wall just a moment.
גם נתנאל מתחתן וגם הוא מתחתן, הוא מתחתן כמה לפניו.
אז נתנאל יודע שהוא לומד בשלבי.
כן, אנחנו
ויש
יודעים.
מהבית כנסת שלי גם מישהו בשלבי. תשובה.
כן? אוקיי.
אתה חוזר אליי?
כן, כן. תנועז? אם אתה יכול להגיד כמה מילים על עצמך, על מה שאתה עושה פה, אתה פה בכל המועד.
מי אתה כותב?
אני, לא, אני מורה דרך, כן. כן. אז אתה רוצה? זה בסדר? הבנתי. כן, בגלל, אוקיי. אז לא חייבים, לא
כל
חייבים.
המועד אני לא אהיה פה.
הבנתי. אוקיי, בסדר.
אוקיי? אתה סולח?
שאני אתראיין?
אם אתה יכול, באנגלית זה בסדר?
מרגיש לי גרוע.
לא צריך אנגלית משופשפת, זה
להגיד
בסדר.
בקרפן.
אני יכול, במהות את הטאג הזה כביכול כאזרח אני יכול.
לא, אז עזוב את זה. אתה רוצה?
אבל מרגיש לי לא טובה.
לא נורא. זה בסדר, שאלות בסיסיות.
אני לא אכפת. אתה רוצה להגיד מה השאלות?
אתה יכול גם לענות בעברית.
אפשר בעברית, אמרת באנגלית.
לא, אין בעיה, אם אתה לא...
אמרת בוא לפה. אבל למי זה הולך רק?
זה פה בערוץ שלי.
אין בעיה.
מה שמך?
רגע, ככה? ככה?
כן. מה שמך?
נעשה את זה, רק שנייה. כן. יש לנו, דבר. אני מוכן.
מה שמך?
שמי יקיר רפאל, תלמיד. ברוך השם, היום נחתי מלוס אנג'לס. היום בדיוק. לוס אנג'לס, ברוך השם.
יקיר רפאל תלמיד, just landed from Los Angeles, כן?
הייתי חזן קהילה שמה,
The counter in the
בבברלי הירס.
איפה?
בברלי
In
הירס.
Beverly Hills.
כן, אם אתם מכירים, מקום גדול, יפה, ברוך השם, קהילה מאוד יפה.
Community over there. יפה. אז איך היה לבלות את החגים עד עכשיו?
ברוך השם, זכיתי לראות את יהודי התפוצות בתפארתם.
I saw the Jews of the diaspora in their glory. Maybe I'll take this.
הם,
כן. בינינו זה בסדר, לא? כן.
באמת ראיתי את החשיבה שלהם לארץ, את הקרבה שלהם לחיילים.
They are very close to the land of Israel. They care deeply about the Israeli soldiers during this war.
כל קהילה שהייתי שם אומרים שיר למעלות לחיילים. כל קהילה
Every
שהייתי
community says שיר
עושים
המעלות, says songs
מי שברך.
basically for the soldiers.
מאוד שמחתי להכיר את הקהילה, קהילת לב אחד, של רב לוליאן.
אוקיי,
רב לוי לוליאן.
קהילת לב אחד, community of לב אחד, one heart, אוקיי.
ברוך השם.
יפה. מה אתה עושה בחגים? מה התוכניות?
בהמשך,
What are you going to do
האמת
in the holidays?
שבעזרת השם ממחר אני חוזר לעזה, שייתא דשמיא. ישר
going back to Gaza.
מזה חוזרים לעזה לשרת המדינה. אנחנו
serve
עושים מילואים
the
לבן
country.
ישיבה.
Yeah, so he's between the yeshiva and the army service.
כן, אז עושים חלק מהזמן בישיבה, ובדרך כלל שקוראים לנו למילואים, אנחנו הולכים לשרת את הצבא במילואים, וישר חוזרים לישיבה.
So between the yeshiva and the reserve service. שיהיה לך בהצלחה, השם ישמור אותך.
תודה רבה, תרשמו לערוץ, תעשו סובסקרייב ולייק. בהצלחה.
תודה רבה. Okay, good luck and God will keep you.
אמן.
Okay, beautiful. So we had the chance to bless ביוטיוב שלי. כן, כן. So we had the chance to meet Yakir, which is a yeshiva student. He's dedicating his life for Torah. And on top of that, he's serving his country in Gaza. So that's it. We had the chance to meet one gentleman over here. Let's put the little note over here at the western wall. Here's my note. Wait. Here we are. Ta-da! Okay, so for me it's such a daily thing to pray or to put a note at the western wall, but maybe for you it's a big deal. So let's hang on here for a little more. You can see people praying, including this sweet kid over there. People are coming here from all over the world to pray, Jews and non-Jews. And and some of the prayer is private, like what I did, like with the note and little psalm chapters. It's not required to put the notes, it's just a relatively new tradition. We don't really need to put the notes, we just have direct connection to God over here, so no need for the notes, but it's just a nice custom to express what you need from God. Over here we see the set prayer, the noon prayer taking place now. This is the inner part of the Western Wall. We're still at the Western Wall, but all the archways above us, all these arches are part of ancient constructions from Roman period to the different Muslim eras and medieval Jerusalem. But we here have the opportunity to see both private prayers, like we saw outside, and a little bit over here. We can also see people studying the Jewish law. And over there we saw the minyan, the minyan for the 10 men praying together for the noon prayer. So that's what is happening over here. You can see the Aron Kodesh. Aron Kodesh is this. Okay. The Aron Kodesh, the arks basically, where the Torah scrolls are kept. And let's take a look. Here we are. Here we can see more arcs. Here's the Western Wall. And that's our short visit to this place. So this is the nearest we can get to the Temple Mount. And as I mentioned, Sukkot is all about the temple. It's one of the 3 high holidays where we ascend to the house of God and historically gave offerings. But now, since we don't have the temple, we remember and we commemorate all these traditions through all kinds of actions that we do in synagogues, such as tying the 4 species together and walking around the bima, the stage of the counter, 7 times every day, and celebrating Simchat Bet HaShoeva, the celebration of the house of the place where we draw the water. That's the Siloam pool that I mentioned, the water that will be poured on the altar. So we do all kinds of things that keep this ancient memory alive, and we have a prayer that one day in the future the 3rd temple will be built again. So with that, I will conclude our little tour to the old city. I hope you enjoyed it. We started at Safra Square, walked through the Jewish quarter. Now we're at the Western Wall. We met a nice soldier and yeshiva student. And that's it for today. Happy holiday. Chag Sameach.